Here we are today on the Triumph Daytona 660, and today I'm going to show you why this bike may just be the best beginner bike. Obviously, what I mean with beginner is someone who's already got a full motorcycle license and is looking to upgrade and get a bigger bike. So this might just be not only the best first big bike you can buy, but also pretty much the best investment you can make, especially if you live here in the UK. Just think about it. It's a Triumph motorcycle equipped with pretty good spec for the money. This has got pretty much everything you'd want from a sports bike. Clip-ons, a bit raised, obviously to offer a little bit more comfort, but still the front here, you've got the big piston Showa forks, SFFBP. They offer so much stability here at the front, and at the back, you got that monoshock, which is, it's okay, and it's also adjustable in preload. At standard is very soft, so you might want to crank that up a little bit and tighten it up a little bit. And now to my second point, it's the new inline triple engine that is shared with the Trident and Tiger 660, Tiger Sport 660. But thanks to some different modifications to it, this Daytona 660 makes 95 horsepower and 69 newton meters of torque. So it revs higher, and here you have a red line of about 13,000 RPM. So it revs really, really high, but low down, it's still got a little bit of grunt, but it doesn't have a huge amount of grunt where it might scare you off a little bit. I mean, that's perfect for beginners, right? You don't want to feel scared of riding your brand new big motorcycle that you just bought. You want to feel safe, don't you? And on top of all that, it's got 3 modes as standard. So you got rain, road, and sport. And traction control and ABS. So you got all of the electronic rider aids that you might need. So right now it's in sport. I actually should put it in a different riding mode because it is a little bit wet today. Even in road mode, it's not like it's losing any power. It's just smooths out the throttle response, and it makes it a little bit easier to handle in town thanks to that smooth throttle response. Now the brakes are pretty much the only thing that most Daytona 660 owners complain about, and rightly so, because they are radially mounted calipers, and they're pretty good, but the initial bite is way too harsh, and so there isn't much progression at the lever. But to be fair, this is only noticeable really for pushing the bike so hard on the street and on track, obviously. But I'm sure that most new riders are not going to take their brand new first motorcycle to the track. Or if you are, this is perfectly adequate. The brakes are perfectly adequate for it. I mean, let's face it, you're not Marquez, are you? You're not. So you shouldn't really give a crap about super bike level brakes on any bike at this point if this is your first big bike. Other than that, the wind protection is actually all right with this bike. I mean, we're gonna see now in a minute when we hit the highway here, the motorway, but I've pretty much on my 600 miles journey to my first service now on this Daytona 660, and I have no complaints, honestly. I only have little niggles, and you can find them here if you click on top of the screen. There's a little card, click on that, and it takes you to the first ride video where I actually ride it pretty hard, and I find it absolutely fine for someone like me that I've been riding for years. And I've also got a second bike, which, well, it's a KTM 1390 Super Duke R Evo bunkers torque machine. Compared to this, it's just Triumph heritage. You're buying a Triumph motorcycle. Engine is so smooth. It's silky smooth, but it's a triple engine. I really like how smooth the powers come through. But then if you give it some, it's delicious. It's absolutely delicious. You'll see it in a minute. I'm actually going to go down to Rivington today. It's going to be a little bit icy, I think, today to kind of push it too hard, but I want to go and try and just have some fun. There we go. We are at 70 miles an hour, just over 6,000 RPM. The recommended rev limitation for this bike for its first service. I can't begin to tell you just how smooth it feels. With this little wind protection here as well, it's so comfortable. It's just comfortable believe there's no vibrations. There's zero vibrations on this bike anywhere. I can't feel them anywhere. Yeah, so the mirrors actually might not be as good as you might want them to be, but just think about it. It's the first time you're riding a big bike and you hit the highway, you're doing the speed limit, and it's just there, it's just comfortable. How many sports bikes you can think of can do that? Just look at this. Well, I think Triumph quotes so it's got 80% of its torque straight away, so from 3,500 RPM, and you can feel that. If you've got just about 50 newton of torque at that range, that's incredible for someone who's just hopping on a big bike for the first time. Having the indicators just turn off automatically for you. It's such a cheap bike to buy as well. Like, full tank of petrol. Let's hit Rivington and let's have some fun. And I'll show you exactly what I mean with perfect first big sports bike for y'all. Well, there you go. I hope I captured the reason why I think this is a perfect first bike. It just eats the twisties. And not only that, but like, it was wet. You know, most reviewers will tell you, oh, these tires are not good enough. They're the Michelin Power 6. Yes, they are good enough, even in the wet. Yeah, they might not be as good as maybe some other higher end tires, but I can't really complain too much about them. And the engine, oh, it's so pokey. It's so good. And I really hope, I sincerely hope that whoever just passed their test and looking to get their first big bike, that you consider the Triumph Daytona 660. If you're in the market for a sport looking bike that, you know, not only looks good, but it performs just right. That's the word, just right. I've got nothing but good things to say about this bike, and so far I'm really loving it. I hope you guys do as well, and let me know actually in the comments below if this is a bike that you're considering. And don't forget to check out all of the other videos around Triumph Daytona 660. Like and subscribe to watch more, and I'll catch you in the next one.